Being told your grandfather died peacefully is comforting. Being pulled aside by his nurse who whispers, he spent his last week asking for you. Your parents told him you didn't want to come. That's the kind of betrayal that destroys families forever. I'm Rachel Cooper, 34 years old. Last Monday, my grandfather died, 87 years old, peaceful death in hospice care. Or so my parents told me. They called after he passed. Grandpa's gone. He went peacefully, asked about you at the end, said he loved you. The funeral was yesterday. I walked in, saw his nurse, Maria, standing by the entrance. She saw me. Her face changed. Anger. Urgency. She grabbed my arm, pulled me to a side entrance, away from my family. She whispered, "Your grandfather spent his last week asking for you, every day, multiple times a day. When is Rachel coming? Why hasn't she visited? Your parents told him you didn't want to come, that you were too busy, that you'd moved on with your life. He died believing you abandoned him." My world stopped. I'd never gotten a call, never been told he was dying, never had a chance to say goodbye. This is the story of how a nurse's courage exposed my parents' cruelty and how I made them pay for it. Before I tell you what that nurse revealed, before you hear what my grandfather's final words were, hit like now. Comment on your city. This is about deathbed lies and the strangers who expose them. My grandfather, Thomas Cooper, was my person. From childhood through adulthood, my best friend, my supporter, my champion. Childhood memories. Grandpa teaching me to fish. Every summer, his lake house, just us, talking about life, dreams, everything. "Rachel, you're going to do great things. Don't let anyone tell you different." Teenage years. When my parents said I couldn't go to art school, not practical, Grandpa said, "Follow your passion. I'll help pay." He contributed $10,000 to my education. Art Institute, 4 years, career I loved. Adulthood. Weekly calls, every Sunday, for 16 years. We talked about everything. Art, life, his stories from World War II, my gallery openings, deep connection. Last call was 3 weeks ago, Sunday morning, routine. "Grandpa, how are you feeling?" "Tired, sweetheart. Getting old, but good. How's the new exhibition?" We talked for an hour. Normal, warm, loving. He said, "Love you, Rachel. Talk next week." That was the last time I heard his voice. The Sunday after that call, Grandpa didn't answer. Unusual, but not alarming. Maybe sleeping, maybe out with friends. I texted, "Grandpa, missed our call. Hope you're okay. Love you." No response. The first time he didn't respond within 24 hours. I called my parents. "Mom, have you heard from Grandpa? He's not answering." My mother said, "He's fine, probably just busy. Don't worry." I tried calling again. The next day, day after. No answer, no response. I called my parents again. "Mom, I'm worried. Grandpa's not answering. Should I drive up there?" She said, "No need. We're in touch with him. He's fine, just tired, needs rest. Don't bother him." Week 2, still no word from Grandpa. I called the facility where he lived, senior community, independent living. "This is Rachel Cooper. I'm calling about my grandfather, Thomas Cooper. Can you tell me if he's okay?" The receptionist said, "I'm sorry, I can't give out resident information, but I can tell you Mr. Cooper is no longer in independent living." What does that mean? He's been transferred for medical reasons. His family has been notified. I called my parents. "Why was Grandpa transferred? What's wrong? Why didn't you tell me?" My father said, "It's handled. Your mother and I are managing it. You don't need to worry." I want to visit him. He needs rest. No visitors right now. Doctor's orders. We'll let you know when he can see people. I believed them, trusted them, thought they were protecting Grandpa's health, letting him recover. Week 3. Last Monday morning, my mother called. Rachel, I need to tell you something. Grandpa passed away last night, peacefully, in his sleep. He's gone. I was devastated. Why didn't you tell me he was dying? I would have come. It happened fast. He declined rapidly, went into hospice care, was only there a few days. We didn't want to alarm you. He went peacefully, asked about you at the end, told us to tell you he loved you. I cried, heartbroken, but believed her. Thought I'd missed my chance through bad timing, through rapid decline. I had no idea I'd been lied to, manipulated, kept away deliberately. Yesterday, Grandpa's funeral, church service, 200 people, military honors, he was a World War II veteran, beautiful tribute. I arrived early, needed time with the casket, final goodbye. As I walked toward the entrance, a woman approached, late 50s, scrubs visible under her jacket, name tag, Maria Santos RN. "Are you Rachel?" I said, "Yes. Did you know my grandfather?" She said, "I was his hospice nurse for the last 10 days. Can we talk privately?" Something in her tone, urgent, angry. She grabbed my arm, pulled me to a side entrance, away from the family gathering inside. She whispered, "Your grandfather spent his last week asking for you every single day, multiple times a day. When is Rachel coming? Did she call? Why hasn't she visited?" I said, "I didn't know he was in hospice. My parents said he needed rest, no visitors." Maria's face hardened. "Your parents were there every day. Your father's sister, your cousins, everyone, except you." I wasn't told. Maria said, "Your grandfather asked why, every day. Your mother told him. I heard her myself. Rachel's busy. She has her life, her career. She doesn't want to come. She's moved on with her life." My breath stopped. What? Maria said, "Your mother told him you didn't want to see him, that you were too busy with your art career to visit a dying old man. Your father confirmed it. Rachel's got her own life now. She's not interested in family anymore." I felt sick. That's not true. I called them, asked to visit. They told me no visitors were allowed. Maria said, "There were no visitor restrictions. Your parents lied to you, and they lied to your grandfather. He spent his last week believing you'd abandoned him." What did he say? Maria's eyes filled with tears. He cried multiple times, said, "I thought Rachel loved me. I helped pay for her school, talked to her every week. Did I do something wrong?" Your mother said, "No, Dad, young people just forget about us when we're no longer useful." I started shaking, fury, grief, devastation. Maria continued, "His last words were about you. He said, 'Tell Rachel I love her. Tell her I understand. She's got her life. I'm proud of her even if she doesn't need me anymore.'" I broke down, sobbing. My grandfather died thinking I'd abandoned him because my parents lied. To us, both. Maria said, "I wanted to call you, find you myself, but I didn't have contact information. Your parents controlled everything. I could only wait, hope you'd come to the funeral, tell you the truth. He deserved better. You deserve to know." I said, "Why would they do this?" Maria said, "I've seen it before. Control, inheritance, manipulation. I don't know your family situation, but what they did was cruel to both of you." I walked into the funeral, found my parents, greeting guests, playing with the grieving children. I waited until the service ended, until people started leaving, until just family remained. Then I stood up in front of 40 family members, cousins, aunts, uncles. "I need to say something about Grandpa, about his last days." My mother said, "Rachel, this isn't the time. I just spoke with his hospice nurse, Maria Santos. She told me something interesting. Grandpa spent his last week asking for me every day, wanting to see me, wondering why I hadn't visited." My father went pale. "Rachel, don't." I said, I have Maria's phone number. She's willing to give a statement, to testify if needed, that you told Grandpa I'd abandon him, that you told me he couldn't have visitors. You lied to us, both, kept us apart, let him die thinking I didn't love him. My aunt, Grandpa's daughter, stood up. Is this true? You kept Rachel away, told Dad she didn't want to see him? My father stammered. We were trying to protect everyone. To protect from what? I said. From saying goodbye? From final words? From love? I pulled out my phone. I have texts from 3 weeks ago asking you about Grandpa. You said he was fine, just tired, not to bother him. I showed the family. Screenshots, timeline, proof of my parents' lies. My cousin said, Why would